It's just the way I can't keep you honest like you're coming clean. It's just the way you seem to be addicted to leaving me. It's just the way now that I can't sleep at night. Now that you're gone, it's just the way you don't know which direction I was coming from. It's just the way I can't seem to tell apart all of your rights from wrongs. It's just the way now that I know that you're lonely. I know you'll only lie to silence. Lie to silence. Convince yourself you think you're better now. Try to pretend again. You know, I know now you will put on a good show, but I don't know why you ever care. You can't stop yourself.
adventures. Yeah. You and me are filled with joyous pleasure. I like the way you describe passion. It's nothing brighter than love of you. Yeah. Now it's time to be clear. Yeah. We got a story to share with the world. This is just
That's how I got herpes the second time. It's time!
Hello.
Hello, everybody! Welcome to Achievement Hunting 101. This is a special episode because it is a live show, and it is level 171, which has no real importance to the number. It's just a number. But joining me tonight is Big L. Big L.
Hello.
He's paying attention. He's not awake. He didn't take a nap. Also is Corey.
Hello, hi.
KooshMoose.
Howdy, howdy.
And we got someone new-ish, well, at least newish for the panel. We got Wakapeil with us.
Hello everyone, I've taken a long nap and I'm ready to go.
So this is actually kind of exciting. We so rarely actually get to talk to you. It's usually just on Discord because you're 5 hours ahead or more of us.
I'm very rarely awake at 3 a.m. anymore, so...
I don't blame you. I would not want to be up at this time either. All right. Well, how was everybody's week? Get hyped.
Good.
Halloween handy is what I was about to say. That's
Halloween?
probably
Halloween candy,
had
yes.
a handy. I had some candy, and it was amazing. We haven't had a food talk in about 1 week. It's been 1 week since I had some food.
It's been...
I will say, Halloween is a lot more fun when you have a kid. This is the first time, I went obviously I went trick-or-treating with a child.
Yes, those
I
Reese's
got
and
to
suckers are
take
for this
Oliver.
5-month-old. He needs them.
The problem is, as your kids grow up, they get more aware of like what candy bars contain peanuts, and then they stop grabbing them. So my candy quota has dropped significantly this year. Not very many Snickers. So
Oh, that's low tier.
yeah.
Low tier chocolate Snickers.
What? No.
Whoa. Okay.
No.
Okay. Well, let's hear.
I mean, Reese's is the best.
Reese's are
Obvious.
definitely up
That
there.
goes without saying.
No, for me, it's $100 grand. I like the 100 grands.
I do like 100 grand. We got 100 grand.
So did I.
Why do you add an extra E to Reese's? And are you people illiterate?
Yeah,
What?
Reese.
It's actually
it's a
Reese's.
term of affection.
Reese.
Reese.
L-E.
It's not PCs either. It's pieces. Reese's Pieces. It's alliterative.
Reese's.
It's not really
term of
alliterative,
affection.
but it rhymes.
Reese's Pieces.
No,
Alliterative. Yes.
it's alliterative. That is what you guys. Like having Snikers.
See, I didn't feel bad
No, Michelle,
whatsoever taking a 8-month-old out to get candy because for years I've given out candy to all those parents that take their small childs out to get candy when I know darn well I'm giving the parents candy, not the kid. So this year was my turn. I got to do that, and it was great.
See, my wife doesn't want to give out the traditional candies, so she always buys cool stuff like jelly body parts or gummy body parts. So we had eyes and fingers and teeth last year. This year we had Fun Dip and candy necklaces.
We went to the Baller neighborhood this year next to my brother-in-law. This place was packed full of people, probably several hundred police officers roaming the areas, and like every single house had something. It was nuts.
Dang.
The dang part is that the kids lost steam about 2 streets in.
No, that's why you got to take like a wagon.
Yeah, well, they're too big for a wagon.
Oh.
Like
So,
the
Waka,
cooking
do they
this
do
year.
Halloween over there?
It's a recent thing. They haven't done it. Maybe 5 years ago they started. There's actually people that get upset if you knock on their door still dressed up. So it's not
They're not being dressed.
completely. Yeah, people don't dress up for Halloween. They didn't do so until just recently. We had maybe 10 kids show up in 2 groups, and we just gave them a bunch of sealed candy bags.
You just hand out beers to 12-year-olds over there?
I was expecting
Yeah.
I was expecting you to give them salsa, like apple salsa.
No, that's mine. That's my salsa.
Here's an
Okay,
ass
no.
blaster
Yeah,
for you.
Ass blaster for you.
Yeah,
ass blaster for
I
you.
sent those to X. I do have I did have some salted licorice that I gave to a few kids who were very happy about it. But the funny thing was, one of the groups I gave 2 bags of candy, and as soon as I was about to close the door, one of them, well, all of them except one were Muslim, and they very quickly noticed that those are gelatinous, so you can't eat them because there's pigs in them.
Oh yeah.
Oh.
Mm.
There's lots of pigs here too.
Man, I want a fun dip now. I didn't get any of those.
Yeah, no fun dips here.
Oh, there's so
Remember,
much.
My
remember
can
candy
storage
cigarettes?
is full of licorice because everything else gets eaten by my son within hours.
I think my nephews have probably eaten all their candy because they did go trick or treating with like some of their friends. They didn't go with us, and I'm pretty sure they've eaten all their candy. I would be shocked if they have any left. Honestly, I'm kind of surprised our candy is still sitting on the table. I figured they would have already been in that and eaten all of that. All right. Well, I guess with that, let's continue on with the show. Just one news thing for this week. I guess if you're listening to this when it first drops, or if you're with us here in Twitch chat, Devin Vulgar Latin is doing his extra live stream this Saturday. So be sure to come out to that. It'll be live on this Twitch channel. 24 hours. There will be a couple of giveaways. November 6th, and it will start around 8 a.m. Central, so 9 a.m. Eastern. So yeah.
Now that goes into the clock change, right? So I think it winds up being 25 hours for
Yes.
who's inclined to do that.
Yep. That's exactly how it is. Actual life is generally on the day where the clocks go back an hour.
That's crazy.
Oh, 25 hours isn't that long. I think he just plans on diving more games or something. I don't know. I don't actually know what he plans on doing. I know he is trying to dive like every Game Pass game or something crazy.
Dead by Daylight, Ultimate Chicken Horse, Jackbox, usual suspect.
If he reached a certain target, he would dive every single game he had access to and was easily diveable. So that would be a thing.
And that's
Weren't there-
a lot of games.
Weren't there other people that were going to do things if he hit a certain money target?
If he hits $1,000, I will do the last dab on stream for whenever the next live show is. So I guess in December, I'll do the last dab before we start recording, and then I'll just suffer throughout the recording.
I think if he
Nate,
hit
your smile was
$10,
way too big when you did that.
I think if he hit $10, Corey was supposed to watch Princess Bride.
Yeah.
It's happening. It'll happen here on Twitch in the future, in the
I think
near future.
I think every $10, every multiple of 10 was a viewing, I think, right?
December 32nd, you're going to watch
Definitely
it?
not. Maybe November. I got some time off. Thanksgiving week.
Black Friday,
Maybe
yeah.
then.
And Fufu, I think you still owe us a victory dance.
He does.
I
Yeah.
do.
Yeah, okay.
Well, I saw The Princess Bride for the first time in 2021, and I really enjoyed it. So I hope you do too,
Wait,
Rocker.
first time ever in 2021
Yes,
or first
yes,
time in 2021?
I had never heard of the movie before. In Sweden, it's not very easy to find. I had to rent it from the Xbox store.
Oh,
That was the only way I could get it. The DVDs were out of print, the Blu-rays were out of print. I don't think it was even released on Blu-ray in Sweden. It was also called The Pale Death's Minute or something in
What?
Sweden, which was a terrible,
That
terrible
sounds
name.
good.
So
pretty accurate. It's pretty accurate. Yeah.
I didn't want to. I had never heard of that movie either. But yeah, if someone told me that I want to see The Pale Death's Minute, yeah, I probably wouldn't.
It's very funny, that Pale Death's Minute.
Yep. Pale Death's Minute, romantic comedy. Yeah, what could go wrong? That seems like a good combo.
Lots of great quotes in that movie.
Now that sounds like a romantic comedy I will watch. Oh man, that's interesting. All right, game showcase. Let's get into that. Let's talk some games. We've gone on long enough without that. Let's go to Waka first. Let me hear from you.
Yeah, can you repeat that?
He doesn't go in order. He just, just goes rogue.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
just go. I just say call somebody out.
He wants you to talk about the game that you played, your game showcase.
That's right. I arrived very late and did not expect to be here, so I have. I recently finished River City Girls. I played that game with my daughter a while back, so it took us months to complete. But the thing is, when I got back to it to do cleanup as the game is leaving Game Pass, I didn't have it in fresh memory how the game worked. At the end of the game, the enemies will have scaled with you, meaning that the enemies are rather tough. And as you finish the game, you unlock 2 new characters, which you have to play for a bit to get to level 12, which isn't that bad as I thought, because when I started playing a level 1 character at the end game, the enemies were so tough, and it doesn't matter if you go back to earlier areas and play against what I assumed were easier enemies. They really weren't. They were as tough. It literally took me a minute to get a single kill, and I needed to beat down hundreds of enemies to get to the level that I needed to be to complete the game. What I did realize that after completing the game, you can choose to go to New Game Plus, and it says that the enemies are going to be tougher, but they are only tougher according to where you were supposed to be in the game. So if you start over with a New Game Plus, enemies will be tougher, but they will be significantly easier at the start of the game than at the end of the game. So I felt really sorry for people who wanted to try to get the PC version and the console done before it leaves Game Pass in 2 weeks. But it turns out, as long as you go the New Game Plus route, it's not too bad. I also discovered that since you can get the second controller into the game and exit the game at any time, as soon as you're close to beating a boss, you can get in a second controller, defeat the boss, and both players get XP. Meaning that you barely have to play the other 3 characters. There are 4 characters that you need to level up a bit, and 1 character that needs to reach max level, which should take you around 2 playthroughs.
Wasn't this an NES game?
No, this is a sequel to the River City Ransom games. There are at least 2 of them. One of them was never released in the West. The original NES River City Ransom is one of my favorite games, and I'm actually looking forward to going back to it. There is a Xbox One port of the game that has a handful of really, really easy achievements for exploring menus, and then you actually have to play the game. But I haven't tried it yet, so I don't know if it's a good version or not. but I'm
Oh.
guessing it's just emulating the NES game, so it will probably be fine.
Okay, I was looking at this. I'm like, man, these graphics look really good. How is this on an NES?
No, you
No,
see,
it's-
Kenny, this thing was
Ri- ri-
born in the internet called a weeb, and they had to make a game for them, and this was one of them.
Well,
They said, let's take this classic game, weebify it. There's a furry, and yeah, this is what they came out with.
Yeah,
What were the words you just used?
I don't even know.
Yeah,
can you
I
explain
wasn't
it?
aware of that, but it breaks the fourth wall quite a bit. It's really silly. I played it with my 4-year-old. She enjoyed it up to a point right before the final area. Things got rather difficult, so she kept getting beat up. It's rather funny. If you die in co-op, your partner can go over to revive you, but the way you do so is as you get down, there's an angel that rises from the body of whoever goes down, and you have to stomp the angel back into their body by kicking them.
that's great.
I like that. It's way better in co-op than it is playing by yourself. It's not a bad game, but yeah, I wouldn't want to play it twice in 2 weeks, especially as you have to play through it at least twice to get the completion. There's also it's also rumored to be a bit glitchy to get the 100%. You're not supposed to have to do 100% of the game. There's skills that you have to buy, and there's a hidden shop which has some extremely expensive stuff which you're not supposed to have to buy. I didn't buy them, and I got the completion. But I know at least one person in the Discord had to play it 3 times just to get enough money to buy the stuff from the secret shop to get the final achievement to unlock.
All right.
That part doesn't sound fun. I'm definitely doing the 2-stack, or I intend to do the 2-stack. We talked about the graphics, and if you're familiar with WayForward Technologies, which you should be, it's very in line with the stuff they always do. The Shantae games. These graphics are amazing, and pretty much everything they do,
yeah,
I just
those are
love.
like
So
Shantae.
that might be what you're thinking of, or one thing you're
Yeah,
recognizing.
it's more pixelated than their
Mhm.
normal stuff. Normally, well, these days they do more hand-drawn stuff, so it's more akin to the Mummy Demastered than Shantae.
Yeah.
It's like a mix.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just know that was, like I said, that was just the first thing that kind of stuck out to me. Like, how could these graphics look like this on an NES?
No,
Yeah, you see that
that's
character
because
popping
not
up on
an
the
NES
Twitch?
game.
That character was in the NES game. I
Yeah,
could provide
isn't
a little
the
bit of
Ransom,
context
like-
if you'd like.
Isn't River City Ransom like your favorite game, L too?
I love it too, yes. My sister and I played it growing up. Much like this game, it's way better in co-op. There's always a little trick you can do in co-op. If one player runs off the screen while the other player dies, you don't lose half your money like you normally would. So there's even parts where you could just die on purpose if you know you're going to die and run off screen, and then you don't lose half your money. So that was an old trick on the NES. The NES port, unfortunately, wasn't that great, but it's one of the easier ones that came out. The Double Dragon ones are way harder, and Renegade is hard as far as the achievement list goes. And River City Girls is the spiritual successor. I don't know if it's quite labeled as a sequel.
It is a sequel.
Yeah.
But instead of in River City Ransom, your girlfriends are kidnapped, but in this game, the roles are reversed, and the
Oh, yes.
girls assume that their boyfriends have been kidnapped and go through the city, killing everyone looking for them.
Interesting.
From what I remember, it's been a little while since I played it. The voice acting was, over the top.
Yeah.
We'll say it was.
Yeah, the entire game is over the top.
Purpose. It's on purpose.
Yeah, it's on purpose, but I skipped most of it playing with my 4-year-old who doesn't understand English. It's probably better that she didn't listen to what they had to say either.
Yeah, it wasn't really dirty, but I guess
No, it's
innuendo.
not.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's some innuendo. There's but it's nothing bad, and you can skip everything. You just hold A and you'll skip all the dialogue if you don't care for it.
Actually, on your second playthrough.
In the chat, Morbid is asking if all local co-op players unlock achievements. Unfortunately, no.
They do not. Only the
That-
host unlocks
and-
achievements, which is kind of sucky.
That was a major turnoff. Or yeah, when I played with Michelle, it sucks because then you have to play the game again and it's a longish game. So how long did it take you?
It's around 10 hours. I think it took me
Oh wow.
maybe 13
Four.
because I played with a 4-year-old, so we didn't exactly make quick progress. Most of the time I was stomping on her head.
Please, you need a little handicap. You're too good.
Well, TA says 12 to 15, so even with a handicap, you got it done in the time.
Yeah, the second run through is way faster since you have your characters level up as you defeat enemies and bosses. The bosses give a large chunk of experience. That's why you should get a second controller into the game as you defeat the bosses, since you have 4 characters you need to upgrade.
Waka, if there was a sequel to this, would you play it?
I probably would. I hope that it has a better achievement list. It's not terrible, but forcing you to play it twice, I didn't care for that. Things were a bit too expensive. It's rather difficult if you play through it your first time. The second time was way easier since they had an overpowered character. But you have to be really careful not to die, since you lose a bunch of your money if you go down. So you can, like Shantae, you can buy power-ups and food which you can use at any time to get some health back. And some of the, especially late game enemies, have some really cheap shots that can take down most of your health if you're not careful.
I was asking because the sequel is due out in 2022, so you don't have long to wait.
Well, there you go.
I'll probably wait for a deep sale before going back in.
Is
Yeah,
it
it's
called
not a day
River
one.
City Pets?
River City. I've got nothing. Yeah.
One last thing to add, Turek said in chat that the soundtrack is a banger, and he is dead on. This is one of those that I also listen to on Spotify sometimes. It's a good soundtrack.
It's a weird soundtrack. It's vocalized most of the time, and it's really strange atmosphere that I'm not used to.
All right.
Enjoyable.
Yes, I recommend it if you have a co-op partner that doesn't care about achievements. Otherwise, if you want to get it done before it leaves Game Pass, maybe pass on it. It's going to take a while to get through. And it's not going to be very enjoyable.
All right. Well, that was River City Girls. I'm going to go next on a game showcase. And yeah, I've been playing a game that I have been incredibly excited for well over a year now. I've been playing Age of Empires 4. Been playing this quite a bit this weekend.
Age of Vampires 4.
Yes. They were
Vampires.
Oh, did I say vampires? I thought I said empires.
That would be a
that's what I
good
heard.
game.
Shoot.
Now you have my
I'd
interest.
play,
Now
I'd play
that.
Age of Vampires too.
What is the Age of Vampires? 100?
Yeah. Age of Empires 4. Like I said, I have been incredibly excited for this, and they even did me the favor of dropping this on my birthday. So that was a nice little gift to me.
Just for you. Just for you.
Just to me. So I've been a massive fan of Age of Empires for, oh my gosh, I only remember first time I started playing this game. I know I was extremely young when I played Age of Empires 2 for the first time. And Age of Empires 2 is basically why I like RTS games. This game is the sequel to Age of Empires 2 that we never got. I'm not saying a 3 was a bad game. I know there's a lot of people that don't necessarily like it. But this game is very much a sequel to 2. If you enjoyed Age of Empires 2, give this a try. You will enjoy this. A lot of the same systems and counters and stuff like that is in this game. It has a lot of the same units and all of that. Yeah, I mean, if you don't know what Age of Empires is, like I said, it's an RTS. It's set in the Middle Ages. This one, when you start off the campaign, is specifically during like the that year's like year 1000. The campaigns for this have been much better. I'm sorry, I'm getting a little distracted by the video that's going on. This looks like a Spirit of the Law video. They kind of changed the campaigns in this one. Instead of it being in Age of Empires 2 where it was kind of like a little like narration that kind of sets up the campaign and it was just do a mission. Now they have cutscenes that are very different. So obviously, since all of the campaigns take part in some sort of historical battle, they actually go to the modern day place wherever the battle is taking place, and they have filmed they filmed all around, and then they've kind of edited on top of it fake units to kind of make it
It's
if
like hologram type people.
Yeah, hologram's a good way to put that. I was actually kind of surprised that you did play this game, Corey. I had no idea you would try this.
And I'm watching the cutscenes because they're really good.
There you go. That's how good it is.
Are you watching them in 4K?
I think I'm watching them pretty close, but I don't know about 4K.
My computer can't do 4K.
Because if you want to see the cutscenes in 4K, you have to sacrifice quite a bit of disk space. It was ridiculously large if you decided to add those files.
It was like over 250 gigs, I think.
Whoa.
Yes.
My download is like 86.
Yeah. So you save
I didn't do that.
over 100 gigabyte of storage space if you do not install those videos.
I mean, I have the storage space for that, but I don't think my computer would appreciate a 4K video, so I did not do that.
Yeah, I don't know the entire specs or what they did, but they made like a minimal system version. So they actually made it more accessible to people with older computers. I don't know if it's much different other than visuals, but that's something I heard about the game.
I would imagine something different with visuals. I don't know quite exactly though. So like I said before, I'm watching the video that Corey has up. This I'm 98% sure is from a YouTuber called Spirit of the Law. This is actually a really good YouTube channel. I was going to recommend anybody watch if this is something that you want to play. Spirit of the Law does a lot of really, really good like instructional and informative videos where it's like, oh, you're being attacked by this. What should you use to counter it? What is the best way to get resources? How you should get resources? Yeah. Like I said, just good good YouTube channel to check out if you want to try to get better at this. What do you think it is so far, Corey?
So
I know RTS isn't exactly your first go-to genre.
Yeah, I don't play them a whole lot anymore. Kind of growing up, getting into gaming, probably like middle school or maybe early high school. I played the original Warcrafts, and then I know in high school we had Age of Empires 2. I think it was. I think you could like run it from a USB stick, and we all put them on our computers in various classes where we were sitting down at computers, and we would just play LAN games, and that's kind of where I got my experience from, and I haven't really dabbled into it since, but I why not? I have the computer that can run this now. And so I turned it on, and it's really good. I'm still in the tutorial part. I'm kind of doing like a mission a day, basically. I'm not burning myself out. A mission could take you 30 minutes or more, depending on what it is, but it has a lot more strategy than I remember. Like,
Oh, yes.
for example, they teach you that the archers do better when they have high ground. I don't even remember elevation being a thing on these maps, really.
Oh, yeah.
So I don't know if that's a new thing, but
It's not.
something it's just crazy strategies that they put in this game where I did not think that they were, a thing. But it's really good. I'm looking forward to playing more of it. I'll probably stick to a mission a day, or every other day or something like that. At least for 2 weeks. There's a lot of stuff coming out.
Now, from an achievement hunter's perspective, this game has been was released 1 week ago. One person has completed it, and according to TA, it took him 31 hours.
That's super short.
Yes, there's one thing here, a news article that cheats will be introduced at a later date. Since Age of Empires 1 and 3 had console commands, and you even had to use console commands to get an achievement in 3, do you think that the console commands will disable achievements in this one, or...
I hope not. Or I hope they do. That's what I mean. I hope they do.
I was gonna say,
I said that wrong.
I hope they do as well. I've been staring at 2 for a very long time, but I don't play very much on my PC. But I'm much happier with console commands disabling achievements than letting you just breeze through them.
I hope they do.
Speaking as someone who did the console commands through 1 and 3.
I hope they do, just because this is one of those games that I wanted to have a lot of TA. One, just for my own benefit, because I'm sure I'm going to be wind up unlocking a lot, if not all, of these achievements.
Yeah, the game is only 1 week old, and it's right now it's at 29,000 TA for 1,000 gamer score.
Yeah, and 89 achievements, and that's going to plummet as more people play this, because that's one of the things I was going to talk about, where this game, when you look at the achievement list, there are going to be a couple that are skill-based achievements. Like, for instance, you have to beat the AI on a 1v1 on all the different difficulties. So that is obviously a skill-based one. I don't know how hard the hardest AI is. I imagine it is much more complex than when Age of Empires 2 came out, where the hardest AI was actually still easy. But for the most part, all the achievements are go through the campaigns, and while you're doing such and such mission, do this other thing in that mission, or build 10,000 stone walls as the Chinese, or something like that, to where it's very easy to get them. And to make it even easier, when you start the campaign, there's a couple of different modes. There's obviously easy, medium, and hard. Well, there's also a story mode. So if easy is too difficult for you to get these achievements, you can even go to story-based mode. And when you click on the different difficulties, it actually tells you, it gives you like a description of each one. And story mode basically says the enemy's not actually going to attack you. They're just gonna sit in their towns and wait for you to kill them. So
now I'm not playing on that mode, but it does,
which is a shock to me.
Well, for now, we'll see how tough it gets. But it kind of ties into something I noticed, which again, it was probably there with the other Age games, but if you watch the cutscenes, they're actually telling you about a battle, and then they like kind of throw you into there, and then it's almost like a Bastion like narration sometimes, and it's like once you go into this town, it's like the leader started to pillage the city or the village or whatever. It's just pretty cool.
Yeah, if you enjoy history, this is the medieval times type history. This is something you would probably enjoy on storybook mode.
Yeah, and it doesn't appear that you have to play the campaign on harder difficulties. The only difficulty-related achievements are playing against 1-versus-1 match against AIs.
Yep. Now, I will say I'm not playing on story mode, so I can't confirm that the achievements will unlock on that. But there's nothing on any of the achievements aside from the 1v1s that say you have to play on a certain difficulty. So I would assume story mode unlocks achievements. There was nothing in the description when they was talking about story mode that says it didn't unlock achievements. And I will say there are a few other ones that could be more difficult to get, which there's masteries in the game, and basically there's like different things that you have to do with all the different civilizations. There's 8 in the game right now. And essentially as you play those civilizations, you'll wind up unlocking it. And then there's an achievement for completing all the civilization masteries. That I guess that's the hardest achievement in the game, or at least the most grindy. But yeah, all in all, this is a fairly easy list. But being that there's 89 achievements, I would be willing to bet that a lot of these achievements don't get unlocked through normal playing. So therefore, this will probably be a really good game for G-Task, as that's coming up here shortly.
Yeah, I should probably wait a bit before jumping into this for G-Task, as the TA will plummet.
Yeah. Yeah, sorry, Corey, but anybody else that hasn't started this, yeah, if you do care about G-Task, you might want to hold off. Because like Waka said at the beginning, there's 1,000 gamer score, and currently it's sitting at 29,000. So you're going to see some major decay later on.
I think you could probably slow roll your way into it, though. You could start now if you really wanted to. And, get the easy stuff out of the way, or, ease yourself into it. I think you could, that could be a possibility.
Yeah.
One other thing is, sorry, FuFu, that they'll probably, I'm going to guess that they're going to add DLC. I was just checking it out, and Age of Empires 3 got a DLC in August, like 2 months ago. Which is kind of surprising. So I don't see that this one won't be as supported, if not more. So
this is going to be wildly supported. Age of Empires 2 was kind of dead for a very, very long time. And back in about 2015-ish, there was a YouTuber, T90 Official, another channel I highly recommend if you want to learn how to play the game or just watch professionals play this game. He started really taking off, and he's got hundreds of thousands of followers now, to the point where he was able to orchestrate tournaments and stuff like that. And you can actually have professionals like playing Age of Empires full time, winning tournaments and making tens of thousands of dollars. So, and because of that, there's been a massive amount of DLC for Age of Empires 2. So yeah, this is going to be supported. This is going to be a game that you see lots of DLC. I am sure there'll be plenty of title updates. So the TA and the gamer score is going to keep on coming for this.
And then the last thing I have to say about it is I saw a headline today that said that they are seriously focusing or considering porting it to console. I don't see how that would be really good. This is a PC game, and I mean, Halo Wars did it. I don't think you could convert this one as well. I don't know.
Halo Wars was console first.
Right. It was made
very
for
much
console.
a PC game.
Yeah.
I don't see how this could possibly be any good on the console. I mean, if it comes to console and it gets a separate list, I will play it again. I'm all about that. That doesn't bother my feelings any. I do not possibly see how you can play this game on console. Or at least, I don't know how you could have real PvP on the console at the very least. This is absolutely a computer game. Yeah. That's Age of Empires 4. Well, actually, before we continue, I already know the answer, but I'm still curious. Assuming there's no console commands, Nate or L, you guys gonna play this at all?
No.
That's what I figured.
Yeah, I mean, you need to tell me more about this tourist mode.
We'll
I
report
think.
back next week.
Well, he will. I'm not gonna play on Storybook. Well, actually, yeah, I will. I'll see if I can unlock achievement on Storybook mode. I think Waka's daughter, 4-year-old daughter, could beat story mode from the way it sounds. Actually, one last thing before we do continue. I did mean to mention this. If you're a completionist, this is very easy to get to dive. Just through going through the tutorial, you will earn achievements. So yeah, if you don't want this on your tag, start it on an alt. Yeah. With that, let's get on to the next person. Nate, what game you bring into the game showcase?
Well, I am bringing the very well-known Rainbow Billy, The Curse of the Leviathan.
I only know Billy Hatcher.
Oh, okay.
I don't
Well, this is a game, I believe it was Kickstarted. It's by Man of Void Entertainment and publisher Skybound Games. Once again, Rainbow Billy, The Curse of the Leviathan. Now, we received a code to review this, so I streamed this a little while back. And the game is colorful.
It better be with that kind of a name.
It's really funny at first. You're just kind of running around, and the garbage cans talk, and it's like, "I'm trash," and he's like really happy about it. So there's a lot of fun text with the trash cans and things like that. At first, a lot of tongue-in-cheek humor, and yeah, I was really enjoying the game at first. And then you kind of get to the turning point in the story where the Leviathan comes along and he drains the world of color. And then what you are tasked with doing is going out and defeating these people that I think hold gems, and those gems will return color to the land. I went ahead, I think there's 4 areas. I completed one entire area, so I'm a quarter of the way through the game in terms of levels, I believe.
Wow.
A lot of the game, you're just kind of running around in this overhead world, and you can jump and you can roll. You can, swipe at some objects. So you can swipe at like trash cans or, mounds. You get an ability to dig a little bit later, so you can dig up, weird looking bumps on the ground and maybe get some money from that. You get these coins that use as currency, and you use that to buy. I can't even remember. I think costumes. I don't know. I didn't buy anything.
Sounds like a winner.
I didn't buy anything because there's an achievement for holding 500 coins. I'm not quite there yet. Once I get to that point, oh yeah, I remember now. You can buy gifts. And as you're going through the world, you'll run across people and you'll have fights with them. And when you fight with them, the first thing you want to do, this game is all about confrontation and how to be a better friend. So, which is weird. It's really weird. You are basically, you'll go into the thing and you'll find someone who is constantly making fun of people, right? And then you have 3 options when you go in. One is listen to them. One is to talk to them. I think the other is to run away. I don't think I ever chose that option. I could be wrong there. It's been a while. It's been like a week, which is a lifetime. So you'll listen to them and they'll kind of talk about their insecurities and why they're doing what they're doing. And then when you go to fight them, you will be basically pulling from a deck of cards, which is all the other creatures that you've talked to and defeated, and they're your friends now. Because when you defeat someone, you're basically befriending them. And they become your buddy, and then they kind of go along with you in your ship. You'll be sailing around these oceans. It looks kind of like a Wind Waker type style. You're kind of be going around and taking them with you. And inside of your ship, you can talk to them, have conversations. You can give them gummy fish that you've been collecting to kind of increase your friendship level with them. Fish. And you can give them 2 gifts. Each person wants 2 gifts, and they're very specific gifts from a list of, let's say, 20. And you'll get those 20 by fishing or by spending your coins at particular vendors. Now, like I said, I haven't spent any of the coins. Right now, if you're watching the stream, you can see the mini game where you're going through and you're collecting either gifts or gummy fish. And you get like so many tries. And as you level up, you can get more tries. You can get more things that you can return, that sort of stuff. So back to the combat. When you get into combat with someone, the first thing you do is listen to them to figure out what their insecurity is, or to figure out what what's going on with them. And then what you do to combat them is you talk to them. And so if someone is really upset, let's say, I'm trying to remember what specific combat that happened. I think someone who just they're real abrasive. Right? They're really abrasive all the time. And then you come to find out that the reason they're really abrasive is because they don't want people to get to know them. They're really insecure or whatever. So you have 3 prompts for the conversation. And you basically just have to pick the one that makes the most sense, that makes you not a jerk, right? And then if you do that, you'll do damage to them, to their meter. And what you'll do is you'll see a couple different icons on them. This is very complicated. I'm sorry. And as you're using your friends, they have different attacks. Those attacks have a different icon associated with them. If you get a successful attack on the enemy, you'll fill in one of those icons. So let's say they have 3 hearts and they have 3 diamonds. So you'll be doing attacks. And if you successfully land the attack, you'll start to fill up their icons. They all start out hidden, so you don't know what they are. And by attacking, if you get the right one that's hidden, it'll fill in. There's other abilities that will make them appear so you can tell what they are, even though you haven't completed them yet. So you can basically target the correct attacks as you go along. What else am I forgetting about this? Yeah, the combat is not great. It's not exciting. Yeah?
Oh, on the video, there's a blue and pink Ferris wheel. I just wanted to know if that was like a reveal or something.
Oh, you can jump on that and get some coins, but there's really nothing much else to it. So,
like a Nate game.
Yeah.
Did your daughter play this game?
What's that? No, it would be good. That's one of the things I want to talk about with someone that's actually played it and maybe have their kid play it. No, I talked about having my daughter play it, but I was playing this at like 1 a.m. So there's no way I was going to let her stay up that late.
I thought for sure you would have played this with her, just the way it looked.
I don't know. I mean, I might, but I think it's a weird combination. Okay, I know what they're going for. They're going for teaching kids good social skills, how to deal with bullies, how to deal with others. It's a weird mix, right? You're doing this combat. The game is very cartoony, yet you're dealing with these issues, and you're trying to combine a fun game with how do we treat people well. It's a very weird experience, a very weird combination of what they're doing. I don't think it works together. But I'm not saying don't play it. I'm saying it is weird and incongruous. Like they just don't seem to mix well. Like it feels very preachy as you're playing it. And that to me is just like a weird kind of experience as I'm trying to play this game and where my combat is my friendliness. Right. It's just weird. It's very weird. But yeah, it's kind of funny. It's got some good humor. Does feel a little preachy, does feel a little bit long. Like I said, I'm about a quarter of the way, I think, through the levels. So it means I have 3 whole more levels to go. I'm not excited to get back into it, but I think I will. I'll go back in, I'll give it another try and just knock it out because, man, there's some good TA in here.
How much time have you put in it?
I have put in, according to TA, 3.5 hours.
Oh.
So,
I don't know why, but the way it looks, I thought it was longer than that.
No, I don't think it's going to be too long. I think I'll probably end up around 10 or 12 when the whole thing is done. It took me a long time at the very beginning to get a good grasp on what was going on with the combat. The tutorials weren't great. They didn't explain at 1 a.m. in the morning. They didn't explain really well what I was supposed to be doing. Maybe at a normal human hour, they'd be easier to understand. But yeah, so it's very colorful. It looks very cutesy and fun, but it's not what it looks like it is. If you think that's what it is, pay more attention to it. Maybe watch some gameplay and know what you're getting yourself into. But yeah, that's it. I wish I could say the game is super awesome and everyone should play it. But this is one where you just looking at it, you think it's super cute and super fun, super whatever. But maybe check it out a little bit, read up on it. And that's Rainbow Billy: The Curse of the Leviathan.
So I just saw the price for this. I'm assuming this is not worth $30.
I would not pay $30 for this experience. Yeah, what would be a good price? I don't know. I mean, maybe 10. Maybe 10. Like, I'd be much happier to pay 3. But but yeah, I would wait on this. I would wait on this for a sale, and unless you love supporting indie developers that teach your children how to deal with their emotions,
by punching things.
Yeah, by punching things with your friendship, and giving them gummy candy.
To your knowledge, is this like a television show or something? It looks like
no. It's just it's these people have a cool art style, and they're kind of like pulling from all kinds of different influences. I mean, clearly Wind Waker was an influence.
Did you see the title and be like, "Oh, this is licensed content. I need to play it"?
No, I saw. Oh, this is colorful, and it looks like something on one of the Cartoon Network channel or whatever. So I thought, I'll check it out, and it just looked crazy enough that it might be fun. And it is definitely crazy.
Yeah, it looks like Rainbow Billy is just this game. There's no actual TV show. But because it kind of does look like it would be a TV show. All right. Yeah. So let's keep going. Corey, what game you want to talk about?
All right. So besides Age of Empires 4, I played another brand new game, and it's because I'm a weak man. Okay. I have a thing for sports games that don't have balls or pucks or bats. So anything that's extreme, right? It will grab my attention. And I will gravitate towards it. So I tried really, really hard, and I thought about it I thought about it for a very long time, and I finally hit buy, and I got Riders Republic. I could not hold back any longer. I had to play the game. And if you don't know about Riders Republic, it's an extreme sports game, and the best way I can describe it is take extreme sports but put it in the Forza Horizon landscape. And so what I mean by that is there's this huge map, one big large map like a Forza Horizon game. Across the map are different points of interest, maybe a landmark. There are collectibles that you have to pick up, and then there are the events. So you can have races, or like they call them stunt events or trick events, and things like that. And you go through and you do the races or the events, and they all have side challenges that you could do to get stars. The stars help you level up in your career. As you do that, you get sponsors and things like that, and you get more challenges, and that's the game. I think I still have a very good amount of the game to discover. I've unlocked all of these sports, which happen to be biking, like bicycles, the snow sports, so snowboarding and skis, and then aerial, so like not parachutes really, but like a glider or a rocket powered thing that propels me through the air. And so yeah, each of these are divided into their own sections on the mountain for you to go and do. When you're not doing those, you can free roam this entire thing, and there seems to be no boundaries that like you can't get to something. If you need to get something very far away, you can fast travel, and if you haven't discovered that location or fast travel close to it, it will just send you to the closest one that you have available, and you can get to it that way. What else? There are special events that use funky equipment. So there might be like, I did one yesterday, and it had some kind of witty dialogue, but we were on delivery bicycles, so like pizzas and whatever were flying off as we were doing the thing. And I know from videos that there are a lot of other crazy looking pieces of gear, what they call, and they do give you different stats and things like that. So the more epic or rare gear that you get, the better it is. Maybe the faster it is. The coolest thing about it are these. I guess I would call them multi-sport races or something like that. And it's on the stream now. And what they're doing is this happens to be an online version of that race. So these happen, I think, every 30 minutes. On the Series X, at least, as we have found out, you can get up to 64 people. And it is crossplay. And it does fill up. And you are sent on 3 different races. And the races will combine the different sports. So you can instantly go from biking off of a jump into this rocket-powered machine, and then as you cross the last part of that, you will start snowboarding. It's pretty crazy, as you're about to see here. These races are seemingly pretty tough. I think you're supposed to be on the same playing field. Like, gear doesn't matter in the online part of here, but I did horrible every time. Now, one time I did, like, I came to a complete stop on the last race and I got like last place. But the other ones, like, I don't know how I could have made it better. Of course, I'm still early in the game, but these other guys are like finishing the race when I'm at like 60%. And wow. I'm like 20th place out of 64 at that point. So I don't know. Maybe that will come with more experience. But the game is super, super fun. Every race that you can do, you can pick solo, so you can go against people's like ghosts, which is, I assume, is their ghost, or there's a versus option, but it says locked, so I haven't discovered that part yet. And
so this game looks incredible, but but the way you started out talking about this, why should I not buy it?
It's a Ubisoft game. It's $70, and it's a Ubisoft
70?
game, so it's going to drop. Yeah, the Ultimate Edition is 120.
Yeah, I got the standard. There's a year 1 pass that they add that's like $40. I don't know what they are going to add with that.
It says it contains new bike kits. I don't know if they're going to add achievements to that, or if all you need is the base game. But yeah, the base game is 70.
Yeah. I'm confused. How do you unlock towers?
You don't. And like I was looking for those things. Like maybe like you go somewhere and then like this part of the map opens up. But no, it's kind of like just free roam, and then it'll kind of just appear.
Now, most of the races, like in watching the video here, most of the races seem very straight with very little like turning left and right. And then every now and then, in that bicycle race, that looks like there's a really hard hairpin turn. But for the most part, they look very straight.
That might be just some of the races that got showcased here.
So that's not.
Even if they're mostly straight, there are very like small, sharp turns that you have to really brake on in order to do it. And as I'm seeing here, I'm looking at somebody's doing shortcuts, and I guess I haven't noticed those shortcuts, so I need to be on the lookout for those.
And that's how they're beating you so badly.
Now, maybe. What game does it? What game does do the physics most resemble?
That is a tough one because it's crossing the 3 different sports. There is an auto mode and a manual mode, and that like comes into play with like landing. So on auto mode, if you kind of just do the backflip, it will kind of do it for you, and if you have enough time, it'll finish. But manual, like you could like probably crank out an extra one if you are really feeling risky. I noticed on the snow part, there's actually a steep mode. I guess there's a special steep control system, and you can add that at least for that part. So it's probably definitely heavily relied on steep because the same people that made that. I think that was Ubisoft. So probably that. I'm trying to think. I don't really know of another kind of like, I guess, Descenders, but it's more easy to control than Descenders in my opinion. At least for like the tricks part, there's like an easy and I guess a hard mode. I haven't switched to the hard part yet. So if I hold A or Y, it's going to do a front flip or back flip. And if I hold X or B, it's going to do left rotation or a right. And then you can hold the left trigger and go in different directions to do different kind of holds and grabs and things like that.
I guess mostly I was wondering, does it feel more like a racing game, or does it feel more like a Far Cry game where you're driving a car, or you're you know how Far Cry games have like the different activities that you do? Does it feel more like that, or does it feel truly like a
It
like a
feels more
race game?
racing to me. I mean, it has the open area part, but I mean, this is all about the races, and I think they did a pretty good job with the controls for it.
Yeah, this game was made by the same developers as Steep.
Okay, yeah, I can definitely see the similarities.
Like, how can we sell Steep? Oh, let's call it something else.
One thing that's pretty cool is it's always connected online. So if you go to the map, you'll see like hundreds of little bitty people icons. Those are real people, and you could see them doing whatever they're doing. When you're in free roam mode, they don't bump you, and it doesn't seem like every single AI, even if it's their ghost, like bumps you. But when you're doing these mass races with real people, it's like little, I don't know if it's lag spikes, but like you are kind of bumpy at the beginning when everybody's grouped up. It's kind of entertaining, at least for now. It hasn't got old yet.
Yeah, this looks awesome.
Yeah,
I
the
love
saddest part
anything
is
tech
that it will
games.
probably be on sale in like 2 weeks.
Oh, totally.
I hope not for my sanity, but it's still...
Ubisoft game is like a car. Like as soon as you buy it, it loses its value.
Yeah, I
It's
combined
appreciated
it
in
with
value.
some, Microsoft money that was sitting there, and then there was a deal
gonna be
on Newegg. So
No Black Friday is coming, and it's going to be $20, dude.
if it's 30,
Ah,
I'm
nice.
fine. If it's below 30, which I don't think it will be,
not
I'll
yet.
feel a little cheap, a little, I guess.
Below
slightly
30
thin,
cents.
but I think it will go 40 possibly. Which at that point I would probably recommend it if you have friends. I'm enjoying it by myself, to be honest. Like, I don't know, it's just even fun to watch.
It really is.
I haven't played Steep, but the DLC model for that game
It's
has
not great.
confused me several times. I bought everything over the years, but haven't yet to start the game. But I do wonder how the DLC is going to be handled in this game.
Yeah, that remains to be seen, but it'll be interesting for one. I guess before I stop talking about it, I did mention it last week. The achievements, they do have quote unquote weird values. They're all 16 or 32. There's some 70s, I think, but that's it. So if you are weary of your gamer score, take that into note. I don't think it will be a hard game. I think it will just take you some time. Like these mass races that are online, you have to do 50 of them, and they only appear like every 30 minutes, I think. You got to do free-for-all sessions. You got to find collectibles. So I think I'm going to take the a race or 3 a day kind of route, depending on the challenges, because there are daily challenges. We'll see what I have to do for those, but I am enjoying it. So it is definitely a fun game right now.
Morbid in the chat is claiming that having better gear does help you in the online races.
Okay, well that makes me feel a little bit better since I'm a lowly, I don't know, I'm like level 30 something, and the first place people were level 1700.
Oh dear God. Yeah, that would do it.
They were on PC, of course, but I'm curious to know if I can if you can link up with friends and stuff, versus just appearing in somebody's game randomly. That would
Can you
probably
disable
be pretty fun.
crossplay?
I'm fairly positive that at the beginning it prompts you. I think. One thing to note is like everything that you do, you get stars. So these online races, you don't have to be the best to make progress. So that's good. Ragnarok in our Discord was saying he's playing on an Xbox One X, and he only has lobbies of 32, so half of what you can get on the series. And he says you seemingly get 3 stars for getting in the top 32, but maybe they coded it in a way where it just says that for all versions. So in his lobbies of 32 people, he's always in the top 32.
Huh.
So he gets a little help there.
Well, then on my Xbox, I'll probably be on the top 3 each round.
Yeah,
All right,
I'm
yeah.
really digging it. It's really fun so far.
Yeah. Riders Republic looks awesome. Let's get to the last game. L, what you bringing?
Oh, last but certainly not least, I bring an amazing.
Oh, certainly least.
There's a reason I am talking about this game. So let's get to it. It is a Ratalaika special called More Dark.
Ooh.
It is amazing. Oh man. So Nate was making fun of me before we started recording, and he noticed I had almost 5 hours in this game. And if you look at the video, it says that it's a 15-minute game. I didn't use a video guide. It took me maybe a half an hour at most. And I had fun with this game. But the reason I wanted to bring up this game, look, the PlayStation one. I want you to watch this video and tell me what genre this game is.
Platformer.
Maybe you want to fast forward a little bit. And you weren't supposed to read what it says.
Oh, sorry, I clicked on DA.
You to use your eyes and your ears. Oh,
Apparently, you don't know me. My eyes don't work very well.
okay. So, in my opinion, this type of game, the entire point of the game is to figure out how to navigate the room. And you need to drop boxes and move boxes around. I think it should be a puzzle game.
I agree.
And TA only has this as a platformer, which is very misleading. Platform, you do have to jump on the boxes to get out of the level, but that's really the only time you're jumping. Jumping
Yeah,
around.
It's very easy to set yourself up to fail.
Yes, but
If
I
you
think
if you move a box the wrong direction, you might just make it impossible to complete a level.
there was a day or two ago, there was a talk in the Discord about similar type games, which are the Artifex Mundi type games, which also mostly, or if not all, contain puzzle elements, hidden object puzzles. Those are just point and click. How come those don't get the puzzle designation? Of course, we always talk about LA Noire randomly has the puzzle designation. And if that has the puzzle designation, how come all these other ones don't? Is it just too much?
Because TA's not good at labeling things. Because Battleship's not a naval game.
It's not? Board game. Anyway, this game's $5. I would wait for a sale. It's very straightforward. The achievement list only makes you play the first dungeon. Sometimes I like to go further, but I didn't. I didn't hate it. And you seem to have hated it, Waka. But yeah, this is
I didn't hate it, but it's certainly a puzzle platformer, more heavily on the puzzles than the platforming.
Okay,
it's very very easy to mess up a level if you are not paying attention.
You have to put the boxes in the right places to escape the level, and that's the entire point of the game.
Yeah, you also have to use enemies as platforms. You get a bit of a boost when you jump on them. So if you kill enemies in the wrong order, you're not going to finish the level either. There's a button to quickly retry the level as well.
Correct. So trial and error is part of it. Yeah.
Okay, so I'll admit, this doesn't look
discussion
awful.
That you said it looks awful?
No, it doesn't look awful. I kind of like this puzzle.
I mean, if you're looking at the guide here and just following what they do, it's not exciting. The whole idea is to figure it out yourself.
Yeah. This is. I didn't hate this game. It's rather fun.
Yeah.
I like these types of
yeah, you're not going to play very far. This minigame, I did not really understand what that was supposed to be.
It's just Arkanoid.
But I don't remember if you actually have to do anything. I think there was an achievement for.
I don't think Arachnoid, by the way.
Stop it. Trying to scare Inigo talking about spiders.
No, that's just what Elroy would call it. Arachnoid.
Yeah.
Uh,
Yeah. I'm pretty sure he's just about done with the game. This is the end of the first.
Yeah, this was an entire
After this is
walkthrough
the-
video that we're watching.
After this is the boss, and it's done.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's more to the game, I think, but I didn't keep playing.
One
yeah,
fun fact. Go ahead.
Yeah, I was just gonna say at the end of this, you get the high jump ability. So I did play the first stage with the high jump ability, and then I was done after that.
One fun fact is this was developed by a studio called Huge Pixel, and they have a rather unique resume. They have made, I don't know, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, probably like 11 games. And all of their publishers are either Ratalaika, Victory Road, or Chili Dog Interactive. So they definitely know their audience. It's just funny how the three easy game publishers.
Yeah, they need
pick
to
up
get
the
the game done for East Asia Soft.
Yeah.
That's my favorite.
hey, they know how to sell games. That's all that matters.
So, anyone have any thoughts on whether point and clicks should be labeled as puzzle if they have a lot of puzzle elements, which most do, or is that just putting up a can of worms that we don't want to?
I think it's a matter of
I
perspective
don't know enough.
when you're doing a point and click, right?
The entire point and click game is a puzzle. So,
Well, like point and click, you're not really
Exactly.
pushing the boxes for the most part, right? You're clicking on a thing and
clicking
you're
the
using this on this, but you're not actually manipulating the box or jumping on heads in most.
You're
point
solving a
and
mental
clicks.
puzzle
Yeah,
and doing hidden object puzzles in the.
I would say no. Point and click, that's understood.
yeah. I think it's a point. I think it's its own separate
It's
thing.
understood.
I think so.
Yeah, and then there's also the late Telltale games that ended up in the point and click genre.
If you just looked
Yeah.
at this game and saw platformer, wouldn't you have a different idea of what this game was?
No.
Yes. Well, this is more. This is a puzzle platformer.
I was
There's-
gonna say this is a puzzle platformer.
If you just saw platformer, my first thought goes to Mario games.
Well, in the later Mario games, he can pick
Right,
up
okay.
boxes too and move them.
Especially
Picks up
Mario
shells,
Maker.
he picks up Yoshi.
Now, I would not. One, you could look at it and say it's not going to be a Rayman, but I mean it is a platformer. Puzzle platformer does fit it better. But when does TA ever get genres right, especially on the first go?
Oh, you got
and how many actually care about the genre for this game? I mean,
That
it's,
too.
it's not
Zero.
a terrible game.
I mean, it
It's
takes
not a
longer to
terrible
beat the
game,
game
but
than it
it's-
does. It takes longer to beat the
Yeah.
game than it does to object about the genre.
Exactly.
There's a couple of you got your Paradox Soul for the Vayner, so you got to get it right.
Well, there's Dr. Adamus too, that is supposed to be a Vayner. It's still a platformer, but you don't see anybody foaming at the mouth to get it changed. Doesn't really add much.
There's platforms and you gotta jump. It's a platformer.
Okay.
Definitely should be puzzle too. I don't know. Yell at TA. They'll be able to fix it.
Hey, Fufu, I think Age of Empires should be a point and click. Just saying.
Yeah, it is.
Mm.
I think visual novels should be point and click.
They should be banned.
I hate where this is going.
Anyway, that
All
was
right.
more dark, and play it unless you like GameScore, then play it.
All right. Well, let's get on to some sales. El, what other crap do you want to talk about?
Oh, I like crap. The ones
That's
that I
why
really
I
do
called on
like
you.
are Devious Dungeon. Devious Dungeon is the game. Every time anyone plays it, they're like, "Oh, I really did like this game." It's a dungeon crawler. You're killing stuff. It's got roguelite elements, so whenever you die, you keep your coins and you buy a new sword, you buy new power-ups, and you keep that stuff, and you'll eventually go through and you kill all the bosses. I really enjoy
Is it a puzzle game?
Yeah. Puzzling while I still talk to you. So those are, was it 649 down from 12? From 13? Half price, go for it. previous
All
Dungeon
right.
collection. Get 1 and 2.
All right. How about you, Corey?
So a little off well, not off the cuff, off of the something you wouldn't expect. Legos. There's
Beaten
a Lego
path.
game on sale.
Legos.
Yeah, there is apparently a Lego
Gross.
Marvel collection, and it's on sale for $12. Normally $60, and you get Lego Marvel Avengers, Lego Marvel Superheroes, and Lego Marvel Superheroes 2. So 3 games, and you get everything included in all of those games. So any DLC or any content that they've added, you get everything for $12 for 3 games. It's not bad. And I actually liked Lego Marvel Superheroes.
a good one.
Not for me. I don't get the Lego games. Nate, what you got?
What do I got? I got Guacamelee 2 complete. Now, we love Guacamelee. Most panelists do that have played games. It included in that, you get the base, the 2 DLCs. It's $562 down from $22.50. And this is a solid Metroidvania. Maybe not as much fun as the first, in my opinion, but still definitely a solid game. Second up, Steel Rats, $5 down from $150, which is probably a decimal error. I'm going to assume it's 15. It's a platformer. It's a little like Trials HD, but it's got a little bit of gun combat. And there's some dodging elements. So there are enemies and things like that. So not quite a Trials game, but a Trials-like in terms of how you get around the level and such. Definitely not as difficult as that. It's got very high ratios. Not quite sure why. I've played through the first few levels, and I've enjoyed it. And I'm really looking forward to going back and seeing why it's got such a high ratio. Next up, Moonlighter went off a Game Pass. It's $9.59 down from $24. Takes about 25 to 30 hours, and it's hack and slash management. So it's basically Zelda with price gouging. You're selling your items and trying to make a ton of money. And then finally, Trials Rising. This is a Trials-like game in that it is a Trials game. It's Gold Edition. It's $7.50 down from $30, which means that you're getting the base game plus all DLC. And if you like Trials, you will like more Trials. If you don't know what that is, you might not like this.
It's like 2D Riders Republic.
Yeah, it's challenging.
One vehicle.
These games are hot sauce fun. If you like that difficult challenge, this game has it for you.
Or if you're not a completionist, just play it and it's fun. I love the Trials games.
They're wacky. They're wacky.
Yeah, the difficulty curve certainly goes places. The end game is incredibly difficult.
All right. And Waka, what you got?
Well, I have a bunch of things, mostly that I recommended before. The Awesome Zombie Games bundle is 50% off. For $3.50, you get the puzzle game iZombie and yet another Zombie Defense HD, a twin-stick shooter. iZombie is actually a decent puzzle game. I believe it's a phone port, but it's a good one. You play as a zombie, and the objective is to zombify everyone. It's fun. It's a cartoon. It's not very violent. The yet another Zombie Defense is more on the gritty side. There's just a street lamp, you, and tons of zombies that attack you in waves. This game is a really quick completion if you know what you're doing, but it takes a bit getting used to or looking at a guide to figure out the best approach to surviving the different waves. So it's not great, but it's quick and it's a surprising amount of TAD still. Also, 50% off is Totally Reliable Delivery Service Deluxe Edition. Totally Reliable Delivery Service is in Game Pass, but the Deluxe Edition contains all the DLC which you now need to get the completion. Well, you don't need it, but someone has to. You can join someone online who has the DLC to get the latest title update achievement. That's the only way. That's the only way. That's the only way to unlock that achievement if you don't have the DLC.
Friend.
If you want to go a bit deeper, there's Spec Ops: The Line. It's 80% off, backwards compatible for $6. This is one of my favorite third-person shooters. The game mechanics are barely okay, but I really liked the story. And I'm pretty sure it loads way faster on the series than it did back on the 360. The load times were probably the worst thing about this game.
Right.
And if you for some reason haven't gotten to Minerva's Den yet, the Bioshock 2 DLC for 360 is 50% off. We rarely see 360 DLC discounted these days, but well, here's a shot at it if you want it. It's supposed to be really good. I haven't started it yet.
Yeah, I meant
Minerva's
to mention that.
Den.
Meant to mention that because it's so rarely on sale. Thanks.
All right.
I second
that's
Spec
me.
Ops: The Line. And Waka, don't you have something else to say about Spec Ops: The Line?
We also did a game club for Spec Ops:
There
The
it
Line back in the day, so there's
Awesome.
so me and a bunch of the community got together and played through the game and discussed where we thought it was going.
It
Yeah.
was a really good job that you guys did. If anyone's new, I just played Spec Ops, check it out. Did a whole game club.
Yep. And that game club can be found on YouTube. There's a playlist dedicated to that.
Nice.
And a couple other game clubs that Waka has done. All right. But if you don't want to spend your money, there are a couple of new games with Games with Gold now that we're in November. On the Xbox One side, November 1st to the 30th is Moving Out. Also on the Xbox One side, November 16th to December 15th is Kingdom 2 Crowns.
Whoop, whoop.
On the Xbox 360 side, November 1st to the 15th is Rocket Knight.
Ray.
Where's my possums at?
And November 16th through the 30th is Lego Batman 2. Yep. Is anybody excited for these?
Well, if you didn't get Moving Out while it was in Game Pass, it's a decent game. For some reason, I like it way less than I think I should. It's got good mechanics, but I got over it real quickly and found it a bit of a bore near the end.
How dare you?
Yeah, as I said, I feel like I should like it more. It's a quality game, but for some reason, I just didn't like playing it.
Well, that's okay. I love Moving Out, so I'm glad. And my thing is I never bought it, so I'm super happy to actually get this for free in Games with Gold.
We bought the DLC though.
I did buy the
there is
DLC.
DLC.
Yes, there is DLC. You have to buy it, and it does add more fun to the game. If you like the base game, it's more of that.
I guess
I
I'm
actually
glad.
like the DLC more than the base game.
Really? Huh. And I guess I'm glad Rocket Knight's there. I bought it a long time ago because it has a possum, but I don't think I've played it.
All right. And then on the Game Pass side, holy smokes, Game Pass looks good in November. So, starting it off, November 2nd, actually today as of recording, Minecraft has been added to the PC and Unpacking has been added to cloud, console, and PC. I was actually really surprised when I read Minecraft. I was surprised that wasn't in there already. I just assumed that was everywhere Microsoft could put it already.
Well, they added the Java edition,
They added both.
which my son was very excited about. Is he?
I don't know what that means.
It's the edition where people make mods and you can get mods.
Ah, okay. That I
He
know. what
loves
means.
it.
Yeah, if you're watching
And
it
he can
on YouTube and they're doing crazy stuff, they're doing it with the Java version.
Okay, so the Mr. Beast stuff.
Exactly.
No achievements, but if you have kids, it's great.
It has in-game achievements, just none that we care about. And just to
Alright.
mention unpacking, we talked about it last week. It's the really zen-like
Yes.
unpacking game. Apparently, I have not played it, but apparently there's an accessibility mode where you can basically just put stuff wherever you want and complete the game in as little as 2 hours, maybe sooner. So,
Well, hypothetically, I have played it without knowing about that, and I beat it in 1 to 2 hours. Hypothetically,
there you go.
So,
It doesn't.
I don't
look
know how
like a
that
hard
makes it any
game.
better.
I don't know why.
No, it's not a hard game.
It sounds like you would only turn on that if you just want to plow through it, but
Yeah.
I don't think it really deserves that. Probably. I don't know.
It looks like it deserves a couple minutes before bed each night.
I might have
Wind
thoughts on
down
it
game.
next week. We'll see.
We'll see.
I'll be interested to hear what you have to say. Continuing on, November 4th, It Takes Two is available through EA
Nice.
Play on cloud, console, and PC. Heck yes, that is a big ad. I'm glad that's on Game Pass now. I almost bought that before. And then also on November 4th, Kill It With Fire for cloud, console, and PC. I know, Corey, you did a review on this a while back. This just looks like a dumb fun game.
It is.
Yeah. Yep.
I
Go ahead, Waka.
I would recommend playing it. Do not bother with achievements. Just go through it and finish the levels any way you can. Then there's level select after you've gotten a bunch of upgrades. Because in the beginning you have to really scour the environments, open drawers, look behind paintings to find spiders, and you only find them by noise. They do make noises, and that's the only way you can sort of get a clue of where they are. But near the end, you get upgrades that practically just show you X-rays where everything is, so you can just go and murder everything really quickly.
Yeah, if you don't know, Kill It With Fire is basically a spider killing simulator. But
Yep.
obviously goofy, because there's
It's
a whole
very
lot of
goofy.
different
The,
weapons you can kill them with.
It's sort of plays like a horror game, but the spiders can't hurt you.
Continue on with games being added. November 9th on the PC. On the PC is Football Manager 2022. And then also on cloud, console, and PC is the Football Manager 2022 Xbox Edition.
Now, is this right? Like good football, or is this like soccer?
Is there such thing as good football?
Bad, Corey.
It's soccer.
Oh, it's soccer. Okay.
Said football.
Oh, okay.
Soccer Management 2022.
I know nothing about soccer. I've never played any of these games. I know nothing about these games other than I hear a lot of people say that they're really, really good. I don't know. Not my thing. But it's management, so maybe I'll play it for a little bit just to see. I doubt it, though. But more importantly, on November 9th, the big one, Forza Horizon 5, coming to everything. Yeah, that's probably the biggest game being added this month. I can't wait to play that. And I think everybody here is also excited for it as well.
If you buy the premium add-on bundle, you can start playing it on the 5th, I believe. So you'll get a 4 days head start. I bought it because my son really wants to play it, and I'm looking forward to it as well. I'm just going to have to be a bit careful playing too far since G-Task is starting soon.
Ooh, yeah. Yeah, I'm got some birthday money, so I'm tempted to buy it. I don't know if I'm going to do the responsible adult thing and spend it on that, or completely waste it on the upgrades for Forza Horizon and be able to play it Friday.
The add-on bundle has a 10% discount with Game Pass right now, and it says that it's going to expire real soon. I'm not sure if it actually will, but if you pick it up now, you get a slight discount. I don't know if it will remain after actual launch.
Well, that makes it that much more tempting because I put a ton of time into 4. I imagine I'm going to put a ton of time into this game. So maybe I will do that. I don't know. November 11th, Grand Theft Auto San Andreas, the definitive edition, is coming to console. I've never played this one. I hear it's a good one.
It is by far my favorite Grand Theft Auto game. I didn't care much for the opening act, but after a while it opens up, and this is probably the craziest Grand Theft Auto ever got back in the day, at least. I know that GTA Online is real bonkers now, but yeah, this one has aliens and secret agents and all kinds of wacky stuff.
I had no idea there's aliens in this. That's wild. I don't know. I'm not a GTA fan. The last one I played was Vice City. When I was too young for that game.
Some really weird RPG mechanics where it tracks if you go work out or you get better at shooting the more you shoot. But my favorite part is going to the fast food joints and getting as obese as possible because it looks really funny.
It's the American way.
So it tracks how fit you are. So the more junk food you eat, the fatter you become.
That's amazing. And then the last game that's added to Game Pass is One Step from Eden, and that is for the console and the PC. I know nothing about this game, so yeah.
Another thing to mention with San Andreas is that this definitive edition is replacing the old San Andreas port, which was based on a mobile phone. The thing is, you can actually get physical copies of San Andreas by playing the original Xbox, well, putting the original Xbox disc into a 360 or above. That downloads the phone edition, but I'm not sure if that is still going to work since they delisted it.
That's interesting. Somebody with that copy, let us know.
Yep, someone find out. My copy is too deep into storage.
All right, but there are some games being removed on November 15th, which is Final Fantasy VIII, the HD version on the console and PC, which is annoying because I literally just downloaded that. Planet Coaster, Star Renegades, Streets of Rogue, The Gardens Between, and River City Girls, which we just talked about. All being removed.
The Gardens Between is a rather easy game.
And good.
It's good. With a guide, you can complete it within a few hours.
You weren't selling it.
Yeah, like, you did not. You
it's
didn't tell him about that.
I treat this game as a game score fodder.
He's saying it's no TDRS.
Wow.
No. Well, most people would probably prefer the Gardens Between to totally reliable delivery service, but yep, it is what it is.
Just as a reminder, all games on Game Pass are 20% off. So if you buy these before November 15th, you will get a 20% discount. Save some money as it's going out. Same thing with the DLC, assuming there's DLC with some of these games. I imagine Planet Coaster does. Yeah. Let's get into coming real soon. And wow. All right, it looks like I have the first game on the list, which is Jurassic World Evolution 2. Oh my god, I am extremely excited for this game. The worst part about this game is that it comes out on the same freaking day as Forza, so I'm gonna have to split my time between the two of these. But yeah, Jurassic World Evolution. It's Zoo Tycoon in the Jurassic world. Uh if you enjoy simulation management games, Jurassic World Evolution, the first one, was absolutely incredible. I think it's still in Game Pass. I could be wrong on that. I believe it still is. If you want to try that to get an idea of this one is basically just the same thing. It's Zoo Tycoon with dinosaurs, but in this they're also adding water dinosaurs. So you can have like the Mosasaurus and others that I don't know about yet because I haven't checked it out. I already have this on pre-order. I can't wait to be able to play this game. It's going to be good. Dinosaurs and management is an obvious yes. This is a Kenny game. Nate, you got the next game. Oh.
Yeah. So the next game, or the game I picked, Thursday, November 11th, Treasures of the Aegean. What happened to the Minoan civilization? Join parkour master Marie Taylor and treasure hunter James Andrew in a historical action thriller as they unveil the secrets of a forgotten kingdom, which has been tragically trapped in an endless loop. Now, this is from developer Undercoders, who have done fan favorites Super Epic, Conga Master, and Slabwell. I need to try Slabwell because I did like those other two games.
Would
This is
be
totally
the
another
same
Nate game.
Super Epic that only 3 people have completed and 2 of which are here today?
I do believe it is, yes.
Oh, cool.
Yes, it is indeed. Treasures of the Aegean is a side-scrolling action-adventure game about exploration, mystery, and looping timelines. And it's releasing in November 2021, which we covered because it's actually November 11th. So the game looks very interesting. Now don't take this the wrong way. It looks a little bit like Ninja Pizza Girl, which is not something you would normally say is a good thing. But it's hand-drawn art. You're doing a ton of parkour, so that comparison just makes itself. It's very zoomed out, whereas Ninja Pizza Girl, you're super close in. It's a little bit more like Sundered in terms of the art style, and maybe you're actually even zoomed out more than Sundered, except for in some parts where it zooms way out. It looks like it's mostly about traversal, puzzle solving, with very little combat. I didn't see you actually attacking anyone. If you were doing anything with a sword, it was basically cutting vines to solve puzzles. And it looks like there might be a time rewind function. I'm not sure. I'm keeping my eye on this because it looks like a Nate game for sure. And that is Treasures of the Aegean.
All right.
Oh, Fufu stepped away. Well, going on.
Oops.
We have our contest section. Back to you, Nate. Gamertag Challenge.
Well, thanks for asking. The Gamertag Challenge. Last month was Lego Head 1977. And the wildcard game he chose was new or previous completion in the BioShock series. And the bonus was for playing scary games, or games with a horror-related words in the achievement titles. We had 22 participants. We had 215 letters earned. We had 12 completed gamer tags. We had 100 bonuses entered, of which 79 were valid, so good job there. And we had 427 draws. Now, before we get to the winner, the honorable mentions. Lego Head himself came up with 17 bonuses. Chewy earned 12. Mattism earned 11. And It's Alive X earned, well, I should say would have earned 19 bonuses, but didn't finish the gamer tag. He would have been in first place had he just had all those letters. But yeah, a lot of E's are kind of hard to deal with. Our winner with a full gamer tag, a wild card, and 3 bonuses is Dub D23.
Congrats.
So congratulations. This month, our gamer tag is for Mental Knight 5. His wildcard game is any new achievement or previous completion by developer Fulbright. That means Gone Home Console Edition and Tacoma. His bonus is Baby Gamer That's achievements in games geared towards elementary school age, and that is 1 bonus draw per achievement, limit 1 per game.
Well, I'm assuming there's going to be a list of games, because that's not something that you can easily sort on TEA or filter.
Oh, that's going to be the fun. That is the fun that is managing this contest, is going through and deciding what's right and what's not.
All right. Well, go. Gosh, not ready for this, Fufu. That takes us to our Patreon drawing. Is that right, fellas?
Yeah.
Yay, woo!
All right. Our Patreon drawing for the month of October, because we're in November now, goes to Eliphalet77.
Oh, I thought it
Thank
was me.
you so much, Eliphalet,
It's
for that support.
never you.
But it was the first syllable was me.
Oh, I see. Yeah. No, it was Eliphalet77. Thanks so
Congrats,
much
buddy.
for the support. And just remember, anybody who is sub to our Patreon can be entered to win that every month. Next month could be you. And with that, I'm going to keep the control, Fufu, and go to Brad Camp. And I'm going to do that by going over here in the live stream because I got a lot of stuff I'm doing. Oh gosh, I'm losing it.
What's wrong?
I'm losing it. Trying to get rid of the thing. And we have completions.
We
Kitty
wanna know about
Sky has
Star
completed
Renegade.
700 games this week. Well, not all in this week. They crossed the 700 completion mark. Just for clarity's sake.
English. Yeah, I guess it's my turn. So, in ratio, Prince has reached a new milestone with a TA ratio of 2.2, as has Magical Mars. That's a new gamer tag. Welcome.
Hey.
EOJ has reached a new milestone with a TA ratio of 2.3. In Streaks, Survivalist and Neo21, who's in the chat, both hit 100 days. Sneeze Some Milk, love it, 150 days. RPG Davy, 250 days. Johnny Delicious with 300 days. Fluttery Chicken with 550. Prince It with 650. And Saucy Slingo, I don't know how you pronounce that, currently with 2,750 days.
In gamer score, Chesno has reached a new milestone of 500,000 gamer score. Eldritch SS, I hope I said that right, 600,000 gamer score. With the Fug, 750,000. Jimbot UK with 1.3 million. And Redemption Denied with 2.9 million gamer score. That is wild. And we'll let Waka do the leaderboards this week.
Leaderboards. Alex RD is now in the top 500 of the True Achievement leaderboard for platformers. I hope, since I have that cut out here. Dave Bottom is now in the top 1000 of the Achievements 1 leaderboard. Fluttery Chicken is now in the top 2000 of the England TA Difference leaderboard for Adventure. Hatter90 is now in the top 1000 of the England TA Difference leaderboard for Football. That's soccer, I think. No?
It is.
Probably.
It is?
Yeah.
Otherwise,
Well,
it's
I
not
Road
even-
V2 is now in the top 500 of the True Achievement leaderboard for Casino. Icefire TN is now in the top 100 of the True Achievement leaderboard for Metroidvania. KooshMoose is now in the top 2000 of Achievements 1 leaderboard. Overall, Legohead
boys.
1977 is now in the top 100 of the TA Difference leaderboard for Sandbox. And Morbid 237 is now in the top 50 of the True Achievement leaderboard for Roguelite.
Nice. Way to go, everybody.
Good job.
Wait, my turn.
I know, I wasn't skipping you.
In Brad Camp, we have
That's what
Logic
that is.
Slayer, who is in the chat. What's up, buddy? He completed a boatload of games for October that are scary games. He did Alone in the Dark, which is really scary for the wrong reasons. Alice, Madness Returns. Ark, Dead Space, Bioshock, Condemned Criminal Origins, Murdered Soul Suspect, and The Walking Dead. and Signal. Well, Signal, yeah. But do you think he did those all in October? So that's
Nice. Good month.
pretty great. And we had Survivalist, who did an even crazier job in October. He completed 6 Doom games, and they are Doom from 1993, Doom 2 Classic, and then New Doom, and Doom 3, Doom 64, and Doom Eternal. All 6 of these Doom games he completed in October. Now, I'm pretty sure he had experience with these games since he's on a new tag, but I still think it's pretty impressive. 7,000.
Are they
score.
difficult to complete?
Yeah, 7,000 gamer score, 19,000 TA.
Woo.
And he picked the number 6, so it would show up on the period summaries as 6 games started, 6 games completed, and 6 games played. So it's 666. So
Nice.
it was
Well
pretty
done. Well done.
And last but not least, Philip Wendell said, I made it to 69% completion ratio. Miguel, I'd be disappointed if you didn't announce that with some fanfare on the next Brad Camp. Well, here's some fanfare.
Put your shirt back on.
Oh, sorry. There's some fanfare, buddy. Good job.
Good fanfare. Good fanfare.
It is fanfare. All right, that was Brad Camp. Good job, everyone.
Good
If you
job,
want
everybody.
anything read in Brad Camp, just tag me in there. I will most likely read it because I'm a sucker.
And he just likes reading off lots and lots and lots and lots and lots of stuff.
I do.
I'm Ron Burgundy.
All right. Well, with that, let's get out of here. Let's get this show wrapped up for our part anyway. Be sure to keep listening as there's some extra content, at least from Waka afterwards. If you're with us in Twitch and you haven't subbed to us, please do. If you have Amazon Prime, you can give us a free Prime sub. Or if you don't have Amazon Prime, we still accept your monies without that. That's still appreciated. If you want to get in contact with us, you could do so on the Twitter at Achievements101. You could always join the Discord. The entire community's there. We're all there. Discord.io/AH101. Be sure to sub to us on YouTube. I'm uploading some videos right now. Sorry, I haven't done that on the past few shows. YouTube.com/AchievementHunting101. And last but not least, if you want to get in on the Patreon drawing, you want to help us keep the podcast going, grow the community, do more content that we're already doing, patreon.com/AchievementHunting101. We greatly appreciate all the support that we get. You guys are the true VIPs of the Discord. All the links for all this stuff is down below in the show notes. Yeah. With that, let's get on to some ducky races. Thanks for joining us, Waka.
Thank you, Waka.
Kind of dying right now at this late hour for you on painkillers.
What are you talking about? It's really early. It's 5 a.m.
Oh, Jesus. I don't know how you're doing this right now.
angel.Waka, you are the best.
Yep.
I'm not just saying this because I need help in Total Reliable Delivery Service and Human Fall Flat.
And moving out.
And every other game, remember?
Not moving out.
Not moving out. The other two, when G-Test starts.
Okay. All right. Well, with that, class is dismissed. On to some ducky races for the Twitch viewers.
Yes.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye,
Yeah,
everyone.
bye-bye.
Everything ever should end like that.
I agree.
With a content strike violation. Yes.
Oh, please. We've got enough of them. Who cares at this point?
Nintendo, we'll be all right.
All right. Release the turducken.
Yep. I'm getting the list cleaned up now.
All right. Let's everyone else audio. You know the drill.
And there will actually be an additional duck race for an already set list of people for another prize.
Ah.
Is it a secret?
Sounds super secret.
It is going to be for a list of people that was given to me that participated to whatever extent they chose in the weirder happenings thing.
No, wrong.
I have no idea what you just tried to whistle.
That was there's something out there. X-Files.
Yes. I didn't know either.
While we're still doing this, not to have it completely silent, I watched the first episode of Squid Games today. You guys seen that?
I have
yeah.
not.
I just watched
Okay.
it this
I
week.
watched it with dubbed English.
I know what I was going to ask. Oh, so
Yeah.
bad.
No, it's
I
pretty
will
good.
watch it dubbed.
I had to do it dubbed as well. Yep.
Like he was
Watch the first
eating.
episode dubbed.
He was eating, and then the dubbed guy, he had stuff in his mouth. He was like, "Yeah, the hubble call." It was pretty good.
Oh.
I don't do subbed.
You. Just because your eyes are bad, right? You can't read.
That is part of it. It's part. I don't ever just sit there and watch something. I'm always like on my phone or working on something else.
You're not
And
watching.
also, yeah,
It's technically
I
not
can't
watching.
see subtitles.
May as well be gaming.
Yeah.
I can't see subtitles, especially if I'm upstairs in the living room. Nah.
Most let you change the font size. Now, I mean, it might cover the entire screen for you to be able to see, but
And then that's why then there's no
Okay.
point.
You do, Corey.
Like if I'm down here, it's not so bad, but
Pay attention,
upstairs,
Corey?
yeah,
Yeah, paid attention.
like we were watching Arrow a while back, Brooke and I, and if you've seen the show, you know that there's like some Russian parts or stuff like that. Well, whenever they're in Russia, basically I just turn to Brooke and she starts narrating.
I didn't know, Brooks.
Yeah, we basically only have
Well, she
12
reads the subs.
really good dubbers in dubbing actors in Sweden, so you
So you
hear the
know them?
same voices all the time.
That's
but
great.
they only do children's programming since everyone is used to subs. You don't see anything made for an older audience
That
with
is
dubs.
amazing.
that is fantastic.
Yeah, I was playing Forza Horizon and noticed that the mechanic was played by the same voice actor as Grandpa Pig in Peppa Pig.
Man,
not
the
real.
IMDb must be humongous.
He was incredibly miscast in the best possible way.
That's amazing.
Amazing. Let's see, paste.
All right. Gotta do our new upload.
For some reason, they never dubbed any more than the first Forza Horizon. The dubbing was amazing. It was really, really bad, and it's completely out of place. I think they failed completely to capture the tone they were going for. It sounded really silly.
I like good dubs, but I also really appreciate a poorly dubbed thing. Let's see, level 170.
Yeah, I went ahead and I watched all of Money Heist. Is that what it is? Money Heist.
Money Heist, what is that?
It's on Netflix. Fug talked me into it. Fug kind of sold me on it.
I have
And,
no idea what it is.
I enjoyed it. It's kind of, well, you know, it kind of jumps the shark, but I kept with it. But and then I got to the very end and realized it's not over yet. I thought it was completely over, so now I have to wait for the next and final season, I think. But yeah, I tried that with dubs and of course subs. I always do subs, even if it's English. And the dubs were okay. when you go and but I can't ever go to the no dub version now because they just don't sound right. It's not the right people. So I can't do it. Even though that one's okay. And we also watched Lupin. Lupin we're doing with French language and subtitles, and that's great. Because that's a pretty language.
It's a fun show.
Yeah, I really like Lupin. Makes me want to go read some books.
Yeah, I've never read any of them.
I'm almost finished with Parks and Rec for the first time.
Dubbed or
Should I stop
Unpopular
recording
opinion.
now?
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, you can definitely stop recording.
Well, I guess we know
Yeah.
what's going at the front of the show.
Right? Waka talking to himself about dubs.
All right, I'm going to do the duck.
I'm just
thing.
I'm going to cut out where we ended the show.
No.
Kenny will
Give
do
Fufu
that.
something fun to do. Yeah.
See, this is the fun part of recording because when you do this part, you don't have to edit it. You can just send it away.
Yeah.
All right. It looks like we have 22 eligible people. As long as I took out everybody who is not eligible. And let's go.
For the people that in chat that needed the YouTube videos, they've all just been uploaded, so keep an eye on podcast discussion.
All right. 1 minute on the clock.
Ooh, might want to download. Did you
Do a
download stuff
couple
from Twitch too?
Shuffles. All right, and we'll do 3, 2, 1. Go.
All
right.
right.
Saucy Slingo starting hot with Mental Knight and Fuoth. Night Wolf is coming up as the granny duck of all
Too
ducks. The
soon.
granny duck.
Too soon.
Surf Biscuit, Purple Stars coming up hot. Eruderic, Naked Duck. MDP right behind them. As we've seen, though, it all comes down to like the last 2 seconds.
You never want to be up front right away.
So Mike pitched
Never
Never
back
blow
there.
your
You
load
are
up
not
too
out.
early.
Ooh, I like Fug's costume this week. He is looks like a dinosaur duck. Or, no, maybe a monster alien
It's like
duck.
a Yoshi. It's like a Yoshi duck.
That's a
Maybe.
Yoshi.
Night
I think
Wolf
that's a Yoshi.
is the granny. Is still in a pretty good lead. We're all grouped up now at the back. Mental Knight peeking out. Not looking good, Mental. You know how these end. Who will come out on top? I see
I
Seagull
like them like
hopping.
which one? It's a
Here we go.
strawberry.
This is it.
I like strawberries.
Dude with
Down
the
to the front.
face.
Oh,
The
yeah.
real dude with the
So
face.
sneaky.
And he got
That's
So sneaky. The real dude with the face, even.
And he coming in looking all cool with those glasses.
So fly.
Duck with the face.
Missed opportunities.
The real duck with the face. Alright, let's take a quick screen grab of that. Alright, let me get my other list going. So this list was given to me by no one other than Chewy. And again, it contains people who were active to whatever extent he thought active meant in the weirder happenings.
Good night, Morbid.
Good night,
Thanks for joining us.
Morbid. And the winner of this one is going to get a copy of Graveyard Keeper, like the Ultimate Collection. So it has everything that's
Ooh.
included.
Nice. That's a nice.
Right for the spooky season. So this will be for that. And then after, if MDP is here, I will challenge him one-on-one to Rocket League.
Oh, I thought you meant a duck race.
We could go duck, but never know.
Oh, you started it. Shoot, I
I
wasn't
started
paying
it.
attention.
Yeah, this one is for VCCW. So I do see Toby Lynn there. We got Skeptical, Lego Head.
Fucking the
Mental
BB
Knight
con-
Who's that in the
again is
back?
common.
Who's that in the back?
Fluttery
Oh, there's
Chicken.
another Yoshi.
I see a Saban's Rothschild maybe. Northern
Ooh.
Lass is back there. Hatton Freaky, Mad Lefty.
It's Redemption. Redemption's making the move.
Skeptical is
Whoop.
hanging back. Oh, I thought he was going for it right then.
Skeptical was in front, and then he's hanging back. I don't know.
Yeah, it's probably going to be. Oh, I can't read their name. Is that Death Dealers? Watch her sneak in. Watch her sneak it. Jay Black.
8
Jay
seconds. Oh
Black.
my gosh.
Down at the
He's gonna
end.
do it. It's late. It's very late for the push.
Quack quack.
Oh,
Jay
the
Black
Canadian,
sneaked
the
it
sneaky
in.
Canadian
Look at that. And the naked one gets it.
gets all the syrup.
Did Jay Black go to bed already? Oh gosh,
MDP did.
I hit the back button.
Oh, Jay,
Oh,
Jay Black is
yeah,
it.
never happened. Never happened.
Never
No
happened,
screen
never
grab.
happened. Ah, MDP's in bed already. He's a little scared of Rocket League. That's all right. That's all right.
Way to go, Jay Black. You get Graveyard Keeper.
Yeah, GG's Jay. I'll send you that code tomorrow. Just ping me.
See, and we were just talking about that the Naked Ducks will win.
We should have been keeping track. The stats are crazy on that.
Yeah, they are. Let's see. That's not what I wanted necessarily.
You have an Halo Infinite background?
I do, because on the Series X, it is a dynamic background, so like things shoot up.
Oh, that's cool.
It's pretty sweet. And I'm gonna play Halo Infinite day one, buddy.
I would not have thought that.
Dude, Age of Empires Halo, it's like you don't even know me.
Yeah, I'm sorry. Because those are totally rocker series.
He likes to experience games.
Yeah, that's true. All right, fair. Fair. All right. What time is it?
It's late. That's what time it is.
Yes, it is.
Oh, it's super early.
I was just about to say it's late for us and early for Waka.
Yeah, I'm going to go leave at the daycare soon.
All right.
All right.
Yeah.
We're gonna need to
Yeah,
get
good
this
too.
Corey versus MDP 1v1.
Well, you probably have missed it. I'm thinking Rocker versus the server. People can challenge me.
I saw you post it.
I think that would go over well in my favor.
I'm not gonna challenge you. I'm no good at Rocket League. I'm good enough to know what I'm doing. I'm not good enough to actually be able to do what I want to do.
See, I would put you on MDP's team.
Oh yeah,
It
for
wouldn't
sure.
help him, but I would put you
No.
there.
If anything, it would help you. I would just get in his way. He's good at that game.
Don't stroke his ego too much. The server can choose what they challenge me in, yes. It could
I
be
challenge
like
you to Age of Empires 4.
it could be maybe genre specific.
I challenge you to an RTS.
Halo Wars.
Shit, I mean, if you want to lose.
I'd go AoE against you.
So, when you play Age, what's like your play style? Do you rush and attack real fast, or you just kind of sit back and?
Well, right
build
now
up?
it hasn't let me do that, and I haven't played any skirmishes. It's very deliberate in where you go, and it tells you when to build up stuff.
Oh, you're still okay.
Although this last one, I built up like as many people as I could, and I sent them to where they need to go, but they got demolished. I had to do that a few times. I don't know what I was doing wrong, but
I'm bad at competitive RTSs since I turtle up and upgrade everything before I go on the offensive. And usually that never happens if you play against real people. It works way better against the computer.
yeah, I'm not good at rush strategies.
Okay, well that's why I was asking actually, because I'm a turtle too, and it's a very greedy style. If you pull it off, you're absolutely going to crush your opponent at the end, but you are very susceptible to a rush attack. And since I'm a turtle, I cannot deal with rushers very well. Oh,
All right. Well, anybody else got anything to say? I think that might do it for us.
nah. I think that.
That's it.
All right. I got nothing. I don't think Kronos isn't streaming. I don't believe. Yeah, I think we're good. So, all right, I'm good.
All right.
All right.
All right.
See
Good night.
ya, everybody.
Thanks
Thank
again,
you for
Waka.
joining.
Have a nice day, everyone.
And achievement, rare noise now.
Bloop, bloop.